Doctors are supposed to save lives. But what happens when a doctor believes that his duty is to help people die? This is the story of Jack Kevorkian, a man some called a hero and others named Dr. Death. If you've ever heard of the film You Don't Know Jack, then you've already encountered his story. Kevorkian was an American pathologist, a brilliant mind, artistically gifted, highly intelligent, and obsessed with death. During the 1990s, he assisted in more than 100 physician-assisted suicides and permanently changed the global debate around euthanasia. His story doesn't begin in a hospital, but in his family's past. His parents were Armenians who escaped genocide in the Ottoman Empire. As a child, Kevorkian reached a radical conclusion. If God truly existed, he asked, how could such atrocities be allowed to happen? At the age of 12, as he later said, he abandoned his faith. From that point on, death and human suffering became central themes in his life. Kevorkian was an exceptional student. Languages, music, painting, medicine, everything came easily to him. After finishing medical school, he quickly secured a position at the University of Michigan, but also gained a reputation as a controversial genius. His ideas were shocking. He proposed that death row inmates be used for organ transplants and medical research. To him, it was logical. To the institution, it was unacceptable. The conflict ended with his departure from the university. He later worked at Pontiac General Hospital, where he conducted experiments involving blood transfusions from recently deceased individuals into living patients. He was convinced the military would be interested in this project. Surprisingly, even the Pentagon rejected it. Over the following years, he assisted dozens of people in ending their lives. The controversy? Many of them were not terminally ill. They suffered from chronic pain, depression, or existential despair. Critics later argued that these people needed psychological help, not death. Kevorkian advocated for psychological evaluations, yet in practice, he often helped people die within 24 hours of meeting them. He even designed his own euthanasia machines. The first, called Thanatron, or the death machine, administered substances in 3 stages: first saline, then an anesthetic, and finally a lethal dose of potassium chloride. The second device, Mercitron, delivered carbon monoxide through a mask. Everything changed in 1999 with the case of Thomas Uke. Uke suffered from amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, a disease that slowly paralyzes the entire body while leaving the mind fully aware. In previous cases, Kevorkian allowed patients to activate the process themselves. In Uke's case, he pressed the button for him because Uke could no longer do it. The act was filmed, broadcast on television, and that was the end. Kevorkian was arrested and sentenced to 10 to 25 years in prison. He was released in 2007 due to poor health and good behavior, under strict conditions. He would no longer participate in euthanasia or publicly promote it. He died in 2011 of natural causes in a hospital. And here lies the paradox. To some, Kevorkian was an angel, the man who forced society to confront the reality of dignified death. To others, he left behind a deadly legacy, because once the line is crossed, who decides where it ends? Today, euthanasia is legal in several US states and in some European countries, such as the Netherlands. The debate Kevorkian ignited has not ended. It has only grown louder. Because the real question is not whether someone should be allowed to die. The real question is, who has the right to decide when?